Okay, cue the applause now. Good evening, and welcome to Cottage Fever, a virtually real holiday show. 2020 has been a strange year, I think we'll all agree, but there's some things that are the same. Every year, about this time, we gather together for some merriment and maybe some mischief. Now, tonight's show will be virtual, but you'll hardly be able to tell the difference. Oh, and one other thing, tonight, one of the roles is going to be played by an understudy, but again, you won't even be able to tell the difference. So now I'd like you to sit back, turn off your cell phones, and relax, and enjoy the show.
Good afternoon. I am Wolf Blitzen of WGRV TV, broadcasting live from the small town of Washington Grove, Maryland, sometimes called the town within a forest and sometimes called the town no one else in the county has ever heard of. Due to the pandemic, we have not been able to broadcast from our regular studio, but we have been granted permission to use this lovely space. WGRV wants to thank the entire staff of the Acorn Library.
Hi. Do you still need this?
No. Every December for decades, well, at least since 2007, this town has staged what's sometimes called the holiday show and what is sometimes called, oh no, do we have to go to that again? But this year, will there be a show at all? We turn to Bob Goodward, the government reporter for WGRV. Bob, what can you tell us?
Yes, Wolf. Things are in a state of turmoil here. Viewers may recall that last year, the producer-director abruptly accepted a better offer and fled to New York. Inexplicably, the show ended up in the hands of two totally inexperienced guys by the names of Joe and Moe, who almost subjected the town to the worst show ever. The youth of the town saved the day and put on what some say was the best show ever. The Recreation Committee has now called an emergency meeting. Let's listen in.
Okay, everyone, let's get started. Mary, can you turn your video on? Oh, okay, that's good. Now can you turn the camera so we can see you? Okay, that's a little better. You just keep working on it. I'd like everyone to meet Genevieve. I've asked her to the meeting because it was the young people were the ones who saved the show last year. Oh, Genevieve, can you move the cat?
Sorry. Thank you guys for having me. I haven't Zoomed since 2 hours ago when I had my swimming practice on Zoom.
Okay. I've asked Judy to come. So Judy, what do you have to say for yourself?
I can't.
Okay, we'll accept your apology. So what's your plan for this year? Judy, you need to unmute. Yeah.
Oh, what I was saying was we can do the whole show on Zoom. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, we did virtual bingo by Zoom for the whole town, and it went just fine.
Right, and the town council, well, they meet by Zoom and there's been no problems.
All of my classes are on Zoom and everybody always pays attention.
And I've been working from home and everything has gone just fine.
At least we won't have to depend on Joe and Moe. Does anybody know where they are?
Don't worry about Joe and Moe. I'm in charge and I'm confident. Now, does anyone have any questions?
Oh, who's a good girl?
Well,
Who's always a good girl? She's a good girl. She's such a good girl.
Yes, she is a good girl. Does anyone else have any real questions?
Well, I was wondering what we could do.
I think we could try
Well, how
this
about
instead of the other. That would be really good, and then we could just make a lot more progress if we went back. So I think we should.
It's not looking too good. But let's hear from the WGRV entertainment reporter, Murphy Beige. Murphy, what can you tell us?
The first thing I can tell you is that you forgot to announce, and now a word from our newest sponsor, Puzzle It Out. If you bought one of those big, complicated puzzles and now regret it, you can hire Puzzle It Out. While your family is sleeping, they will come to your house and finish the puzzle for you. Just take a look. Aww. But woof, back to your question. Washington Grove is filled with incurable optimists, and some are preparing, just assuming that there will be a show. In fact, here are two performers who may look familiar.
Frosted window panes, candles gleaming inside, painted candy canes on the tree. Santa's on his way and he's filled his sleigh with things for you and for me. It's that time of year when the world falls in love. Every song you hear seems to say, Merry Christmas, may your New Year's dream come true. And this song of mine, in 3/4 time, wishes you and yours the same thing too. The same thing too. It's that time of year when the world falls in love. Every song you hear seems to say, Merry Christmas.
Well, They sure look ready to go, but who can really tell at this point? For a look at how the town is coping during the pandemic, we turn to our local living reporter, Lois Lane Change. Lois, over to you.
I've talked to a number of residents in Washington Grove, and they are eager to hit the road. In fact, there's a new travel agency that just popped up in front of Town Hall.
Hi. Hi. Welcome to Vista Vacations. Vacations, staycations, travel agency. Get it?
Wow.
So what can I help you with today?
Well, I've been wanting for a long time to see those castles on the Rhine River in Germany.
Oh, I think that would be wonderful for you. And in fact, I think I have a trip that's fit for a queen.
Wow.
Yes.
Can't wait. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. We want to go somewhere with like white sand.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and like a place where you could like surf.
Yeah. I think I have a vacation you could really dive into.
Really?
Really.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Making people happy makes me so happy. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you today?
We're good. How are you?
Good. What can I help you with?
We would like to go to a big amusement park.
One with lots and lots of rides.
Oh, get some speed in, huh?
Yes.
I think I have a vacation that will really, really put you in the swing of things.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
People have been creative about finding new things to do.
Well, first I alphabetized my spices. Then I alphabetized my paper products. And then I alphabetized all of my cleaning supplies. Yippee!
Last week, my neighbor was training his dog. This week, I saw him trying to train a squirrel. I'm really worried about him.
I got a merit badge for social distancing from my scout troop.
I tried playing hide and seek with my Florida cousin on Zoom last week, but he kept on hiding under his desk.
I took an online course on how to throw a boomerang, and it came around and went bunk.
Oh yeah? Well, I took an online course in archery.
I came across a letter from my dog. He wrote, "Whatever you did to make your boss angry, please apologize so he will let you go back to work."
My cat wrote a letter too. It says, "My owner has been fired."
Tom convinced me to cut his hair. Just look at the before and after.
And some people have found more time to just simply relax. Like the chairman of the HPC, the Hammock Preservation Committee. And there are also musicians and singers just practicing away.
The Grove's Keith Gillis, Joe Hodges, and Will Percy are joined by musician friends from NIST. You'll have to ask them to explain the group's name. It's an inside joke among physicists. They will perform Bobby Helms' Jingle Bell Rock, written by Joseph Beal, and Elmo and Patsy's Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer, written by Randy Brooks.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells ring and jingle bells swing. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Oh, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. You mix and you mingle in a jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Ride. Oh, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Oh, jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime and jingle bell time. Dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square. In the frosty air, what a bright time. It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet. Jingle around the clock. You mix and you mingle in a jingling beat. That's the jingle bell. That's the jingle bell. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Grandma got run over by a reindeer, walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. She'd been drinking too much eggnog, and we begged her not to go. But she forgot her medication, and she staggered out the or send them back.
Send them back?
What? Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa. But as for me, Grandpa, we believe. Now the goose is on the table, and the pudding's made of pig, and the blue and yellow candles that would have just matched the hair in Grandma's wig. I warned all my friends and neighbors, better watch out for yourself. They should never give a license to a man who drives a sleigh and plays with elves.
Plays with elves?
Yeah, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa. But as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Everybody sing it with us. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa. But as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Happy holidays, everybody.
Let's take a short break to hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Ike Mindell, inventor of My Sourdough Starter, and this is my wife, Mimi Mindell. My sourdough starter does something no other sourdough starter does. It actually starts, just like a racehorse out of the gate. But seriously, let me tell you, before I invented my sourdough starter, I had trouble finding a starter that actually started. Oh sure, I tried some of the more expensive and shishi kinds of starters on the market, you know, like Vincent Van Dough, Bradley Cooper, and Beauty and the Yeast. But even if you're rolling in dough and can afford those brands, don't be fooled by the loafers that are selling that stuff. Try my revolutionary My Sourdough Starter and see the difference. Like sourdough banana bread? Call today and we'll throw in a year's supply of bananas. But act fast. You know how fast bananas last. Call 1-800-SOURDOE today.
And for your holiday shopping, if you order within the next 20 minutes, we'll send you free of charge this beautiful, one-of-a-kind fruitcake starter.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Ike, did you know that you can strengthen the foundation of your Washington Grove home with leftover fruitcake?
No, I did not.
Well, I bet all of you didn't know that either, but I think you're gonna need this, and it will never erode.
Remember, call 1-800-SOURDOE today. For the fastest rise in the whole wide world, try My Sourdough Starter.
You can't beat that as a great idea for holiday shopping. Wait, We have breaking news from our entertainment reporter.
Yes, Wolf, I just got an inside tip. A trio we have been waiting years to hear has a songbird in the... they have a song in the works, and it's called Songbird.
And now enjoy the harmonies of Emma, Sita, and Terry Strother as they sing Fleetwood Mac's Songbird.
I'm assuming that residents of Washington Grove, like others around the country, even around the world, have had to work at home.
Workers and students have had to adapt to working and studying from home. Here are a few of them now.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm at my desk. Just let me know and we can just hit the send button.
And college students and their parents have had to adapt to their empty nest being occupied once again. Here's a look at one such household.
And now, a melodrama in one act entitled, Why, O Generation Why?
Morning, Sarah. You know, I hate this pandemic so much, but I am so glad you're home. My little girl. Can I get you a cup of tea?
Mom, I'm glad to be home too, but please, stop coming into my room in the mornings to wake me up. I'm 22 now. Consider my room to be my apartment and wait for an invitation. And I'd like some tea. Hey, Mom? Can we talk about Hanukkah?
Yeah, what about Hanukkah?
What we're going to eat. Also, I need the card today.
Well, for food, we'll have all the traditional Hanukkah foods. Brisket, latkes, jelly donuts, and by the way, I need the card.
Well, I was wondering.
Wondering what?
Well, for the brisket, I was thinking we could use jackfruit instead of beef. And I really need the car today. Sita and I are going to a Save the Banana Slug march.
Banana slug? Jackfruit?
Jackfruit is a meat substitute, at least a pulled pork substitute. It's healthier.
Sarah, you know we don't eat pork.
That's why we need the jackfruit, obviously. But about the latkes?
Yeah, oh, and I need the car to do a grocery curbside pickup for all of the food you wanted.
About the latkes, I was thinking we could use cauliflower rice instead of shredded potatoes.
Cauliflower rice? Sarah, you are such a millennial. Do we have to?
Cauliflower rice is better for you than unhealthy potatoes, but I guess we could use quinoa. And I am not a millennial. The preferred term for my cohort is Gen Y.
Okay. Either cauliflower rice or quinoa. I'll figure it out. And would your cohort be okay with normal jelly donuts?
I guess so, but you know they're so sweet, and I am not doing sugar. It's unhealthy. Maybe we could fill them with bean paste.
Oh, bean paste! I suppose so.
You know, this tea is pretty good, but filling it with activated coconut charcoal would be very beneficial.
Oh, dear.
Murphy, got any news about real entertainment?
There sure is. And this group wasn't too hard to find. You just look for the garage that is rocking off its foundation, if you know what I mean.
Washington Grove's Gray Yatchup, Logan Sarr, and William Sarr, joined by vocalist Cameron Delaney, performed Christmas in L.A. by Vulpec and This Christmas by Donny Hathaway.
On Christmas morning, on Christmas Day, Kris Kringle's driving a Chevrolet. He left his reindeer, he came down south. He just had to see what it's all about.
Wrapping presents out in the sun, saving, sliding, having some fun. Reading, writing, Christmas is here. California, Yuletide cheer.
All the little children, all the big children, it's Christmas.
In LA,
All the ladies and all the little babies, it's Christmas.
in LA,
Even the gentlemen, every single one of them, Christmas.
in LA.
Oh, everyone around the world, every boy and every girl, there's time to say, time to say, time to say out loud. All the little children and all the big children, it's Christmas.
In LA,
All the ladies and all the little babies, it's Christmas.
in LA,
Even the gentlemen, every single one of them, Christmas.
in LA.
All the little children and all the big children, it's Christmas.
In LA,
All the ladies and all the little babies, it's Christmas.
in LA,
Even the mistletoe. I wanna get to know you better. This Christmas and as I trim the tree, how much fun it's gonna be together. This Christmas the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Presents and cards are due. My world is filled with you. This Christmas, and as I look around, your eyes outshine the town they do. This Christmas, the fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Yeah. Shake a hand, shake a hand. Fireside is blazing bright. We're caroling through the night, and this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me. Whoa. Shake a hand, shake a hand.
Let's check with the WGRV business reporter, Lou Grunt.
Yes, Wolf. In fact, two guys who work at the same place are going to let us listen into one of their work calls.
Hey Mo, I can't believe we got work again as linemen.
And this new company is hip. Imagine naming a utility, "What's up?"
Yeah, I love their slogan. We've got ample service.
Hey, I've set this baby up as a home office. Don't you have a camper too?
Yeah, mine is great. But look, I figured out how to operate a chainsaw using Bluetooth. Can you see this on your monitor?
Yep, I can see it just fine. Isn't that the tree that was banged up by Osama a couple of years ago?
It sure is. Poor tree is ready to go. Watch this.
I didn't know a tree looked like that inside.
Yeah, really cutting edge technology. How about if we head over to Hershey's to get some of that mighty fine quarantine moonshine? Root beer.
Where are you going?
I'm going over to Hershey's. Meet my brother Moe. We're gonna drink some root beer, play a little pool, have a good time.
You know you're not allowed to do that.
There's a pandemic going on.
How can you socially distance while shooting pool, Dad?
Yeah. Look, Moe's kids let him go.
We're not Moe's kids. We make the rules. And we are all under agreement that you're not allowed to go.
Don't play us off each other like you usually do.
Rules are rules.
You kids.
Yeah, my kids said the same thing. Well, I guess we have to do Hershey's 2020 style.
Say, Ernie, can you serve us up some of that mighty fine quarantine moonshine? I mean root beer, of course.
Cheers.
Wow, those guys are a piece of work. Apparently, our entertainment reporter has another scoop. What is it, Murphy? They're doing a Washington Grove Dancers retrospective? That's big news. Let's take a look.
This Washington Grove Dancers retrospective was put together by choreographer Samantha Barris and Montgomery Municipal Cable.
It's like being in a time machine. I'd like to go back to our government reporter, Bob Goodward, for the latest on the Recreation Committee plans.
Well, it's looking grim, Wolf. You'll recall the problems that the Recreation Committee had with technology at the last meeting. Take a look at this. Well, that was just a little hard to hear, but I think the gist of it is that the Rec Committee is going to substitute a fashion show for a part of the holiday show. Take a look at this.
Hi, I'm Calvina Klein, host for the first ever fashion show in Washington Grove. Watch out, Paris. It seems only fitting that our show would focus on masks this year. As you can see, my entire family has gotten into the spirit of mask fashion, of course. Some people go for what I would call stylish simplicity. For instance, here we see a beauty of a mask in squash blossom yellow. And another, they look like sisters, sporting a mask in a lively shade of burnt orange. In a step up from solid colors, we see a tiny bit of pattern in the blue and red components of this primary colored ensemble, modeled a la Rita Hayworth. And some went with what could be almost called classical. Hers with a subtle but pleasant print, and his with a sophisticated palette of pastels. This fellow even makes the backyard barbecue into a fashion event. Not many men could pull off this look, assuming they would want to. And notice here how art and fashion are combined. Note that the model's jacket picks up on the exact shade of blue in the Van Gogh painting on her mask. Very nice. This resident is making a statement, I think. Yes, he's a patriotic pirate. Johnny Depp has nothing on him. Some went for the elaborately eccentric, with the emphasis on eccentric, I'd say. Notice how the mask is accessorized by the chapeau. And there was the elegantly eccentric and a multicolored, magnificent military melange. Some folks just did not get the concept of a protective mask. Not surprisingly, this being Washington Grove, a notably animal-friendly town, there were a number of animal-themed masks. A cat. This cat definitely has the concept of fashion. A dog. That is one fetching dog. Flamingos, which of course do appear on the occasional lawn. And of course the leopard. I had not been aware that we had leopards in the Grove. But wait, there is a last-minute entry for the fashion show. She is running to get here in time. No, of course you're not too late. Can we get a close-up of this one? I'm already dreaming of the next Washington Grove fashion show. Sweatpants, perhaps? And now, let's just let this foxy lady take us out.
And now it's time for a word from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Are you having trouble measuring the 6 feet for social distancing?
Maybe you've tried the inner tube method.
In some groups, the lightsabers are used.
We've come up with the perfect solution.
No more chalk marks on the floor.
No broken lamps.
No more weaponizing of social distancing.
It's the foolproof,
reliable
dadometer.
That's a great idea for a holiday gift, don't you think, Murphy?
Sure, Woof, it would go to the top of my list. But look, I have a scoop. It looks like the famous Gilmore Girls are working on a number. I think it might just be for the holiday show. Let's listen.
Holiday show veterans Sophie and Bella Gilmore perform White Winter Hymnal by Fleet Foxes. Yeah.
I was following the I was following the I was following the I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime. I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you'd fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime.
That was great. Let's hope there's a show just so we can see them. And now, back to our local living reporter. What do you have, Lois?
Well, Wolf, to illustrate just how much things have changed in 2020, I'd like to show you some footage from the Washington Grove events. Typically, there is an egg hunt and with kids elbow to elbow. But this year, each child was issued an egg detector and given a quadrant to work in. Eureka! She found an egg. And on the 4th of July, instead of the traditional quartet of oddly dressed men attempting to fire an assortment of odd guns, there was only one oddly dressed man attempting to fire one odd gun. The Labor Day events took on a distinctly strange aura. Here's the egg toss. Halloween. Now, have you ever seen anything like this?
Oh my gosh! Whoa! You're welcome! Hey!
It remains to be seen what will happen with the holiday show. Wolf, it seems that there's something happening at the town hall. Let's take a look.
Good afternoon, young thespians. My name is Henrietta Higgins, and I am your drama coach for today. Miss Judy told me that you had some issues last year with projecting your voices and enunciation. So we're going to work on that today. So let's try something. You're going to take a deep breath in and repeat after me. Ready? Holy moly guacamole! Oh, there's just no use.
I share her frustration. I share her frustration. Back to you, Lois.
In this town that no one has ever heard of, there is just an amazing amount of talent. In fact, there's more than enough for a holiday show. Just listen to this and you'll see what I mean.
And now Adalia Tara performs her song, Human.
What does it mean to be human? Strength in my heart and in my head. What does it mean to be human? I do my best to understand. 'Cause if I don't care, and if I don't listen, and if I don't share, all the world will be missing. I'm not living to pretend. My arms are open. I'm human. What does it mean to be a woman? Strength in my voice and in my stance. Oh, it doesn't mean to be a woman. No, I wasn't born this way by chance. And if I don't know my freedoms, and if I don't quit trying to impress, and if I only play the victim, I'll miss the light that's come at last. I'm not living to pretend. My arms are open. I'm a woman. I look to you. I look to you with love, and I find trust in your eyes. We're all trying to be happy. We're all trying to come alive. In me, you'll always find a friend. My arms are open. My arms are open. My arms are open. I'm human. Thank you.
You're right. I'm certainly not known for being easily impressed, but I was impressed. Let's go back to our business reporter. Lou, is there anything new with those utility workers who say they're working from home?
Okay, let's find out. They told me they were very busy, that no one needs to worry about them not being productive.
Hey, did you see what those dudes did to Ridge Road and Grove Avenue this year?
Oh yeah, it was like they were prospectors or something.
I meant what they did to the trees. They cut giant trees all the way down to the ground. I didn't know we could do that. I thought we could only lop off the tops.
Yeah, we should sue. Mangling trees, that's our stick.
Yeah, isn't that copyright infringement or something?
Yeah, or like trespassing.
You mean tree passing?
Trees passing.
Well, as long as we've got these Bluetooth chainsaws, why don't we cut down a Christmas tree? Boop. That won't do. Let's try again.
Boop. How'd we do that? Must have had it set on carve instead of saw.
Let's try again.
Nice job, dude. Now it's my turn.
All right, let's get another hit of beer. To the trees.
To the trees.
I guess they were right. No one needs to worry about them being productive. So, Bob, I know you had been doing some investigative reporting. What do you hear from your off-the-record sources?
Well, Wolf, I've actually done an extremely thorough investigation and have discovered this. Musicians are chomping at the bit to have their musical voices heard. Here's one such discovery. Owen Christ performs on piano, saxophone, and guitar in his rendition of Monoman's Puyong Christmas.
I'd say this investigative reporting is some of the best work you've ever done, Bob. So, what's the bottom line of your investigation?
Well, believe it or not, Wolf, they've actually pulled it together. I, for one, was a bit skeptical, but let's listen in. They've done a grand finale.
Bob, tell Wolf I've done some investigation, too. You know all those musicians, singers, and dancers we've been seeing? That is the holiday show, and that is why there's a grand finale. You're not the only investigative reporter on the planet, you know.
Acknowledging the brilliance of the songwriter Solomon Linda, as well as later performers of The Lion Sleeps Tonight, including Pete Seeger and the Tokens, we present a familiar tune, but with Grove-centric lyrics as always. Here is The Grove Sleeps Tonight. Please join in.
In the grove, the quiet grove, the children sleep tonight. In the grove, the peaceful grove, the bells stay still tonight. Away, my way, away, my way, away, my way, away, my way, away. In the forest, the westwood forest, the owl hunts tonight. In the forest, the quiet forest, the deer beds down tonight. A wing-a-whack, 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 in the forest, the lovely forest, invasive specks their mind. In the forest, the mighty forest, the warriors wage their fight. A weed-a-whack, 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 a weed-a-whack. In the heavens, the wondrous heavens, Rudolph shows the light. In the heavens, the starry heavens, old Santa takes his flight. A wing-a-whack, 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 wing-a-whack. In the grove, the snowy grove, the town hawk shows its light. In the grove, the hopeful grove, old Santa finds his side. A wing-a-whack, 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 a wing-a-whack, wing-a-whack, a wing-a-whack.
Hey, does anyone else hear knocking?
Ho, 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 Mary!
Over here, Santa.
Here's for being good this year.
Have a